right, guys, welcome back. This is ESL One Hamburg 2017. This is the closed qualifiers for CIS. This is game number 2 of Team Empire versus M19. M19 proving that they have a lot of just fantastic initiation with the Funnick Bat Rider. In fact, I'd be surprised if they let that through again, but they actually took game number 1 off of Team Empire. And I think, Forge, did you say that this is the first game they've ever taken off of them?
Based on the data that I have, it looks like that in the history of these teams playing, that is the first game they've taken. All of the other series have been 2-0 in favor of Empire. So definitely an impressive victory for M19, and they've got to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Definitely, and we saw too in game number 1, unfortunately FN's computer was having some issues, and we had Rezo standing in. So now FN is back. We've got the full roster for Team Empire, so let's see if they can take a game back here. This is a best of 3 series. I am your caster, Moxie. I'm here with Forge as my co-caster, and pretty excited to watch these guys duke it out again.
Yeah, and you can see right away they don't ban the Lich, and M19 immediately grabs it up. Last series, Empire bans out Night Stalker and Lich.
Enchantress.
This game, they ban out the Ancient Apparition instead. First pick Lich right away, no questions.
Oh boy, yeah, we got the Necrophos pickup over on Team Empire, and Maposhka's Enchantress gets picked up yet again here for the side of Team Empire. So where do they typically like to run that Necrophos?
Well, taking a look at what I have here.
I know they played it in the PGL Open previously here. They grabbed the Pugna.
That's probably going to be the FN Necrophos, I would imagine.
Okay.
Doesn't look like recently Chappie has played it. It could be the Chappie Necro, but based on the recent games that they've played, that's going to be the FN Necrophos. All
right, awesome. And we do get the Pugna pickup again for Pikachu. That hero did so much work being able to heal up his own fellow teammates, and also, you know, the Decrepify with the Bat Rider lasso and the Firefly and just all this nasty magic just being dumped on people. Did a lot of work. So 2 gross little green dudes on either side here. Necrophos for Team Empire, Pugna on the side of M19. There's still a Venomancer in the pool as well. Do we see the Trifecta and a Viper on top of that? Like, I'm surprised looking at these bans, they haven't bothered to take either of those guys out either.
I mean, it's not likely, but anything's possible in the game of Dota 2. The one thing I do like that M19 did is that as soon as they pick Pugna, they immediately ban the Nyx, because that would be the best way to deal with the Pugna, right? It's a nice way to initiate. You get the Vendetta into the stun. It's also mana burn, super effective against Pugna, one of the best scaling gains in the game. And so they just say nope, no hard counters for you.
Yeah, none of that.
Still in the game, but we'll see if they go for that.
Well, there's no real lockdown on either side of these teams right now. Obviously, you know, Enchantress can go ahead, grab herself a Troll, creep to net, or of course, you know, get a Centaur, but that's pretty much it for lockdown coming out from both of these teams. They did ban out the Bat Rider, and I think that was a very smart call on the side of Team Empire because they were just doing way too much damage. Again, Bat Rider lasso with Decrepify, and then just all that magic damage heaped on top of it. It was almost a guaranteed kill every single time. But Earth Spirit also going to get banned out here as well. They don't want to see a lot of heavy roaming with that particular hero. And the Phantom Lancer too, they just don't want that diffusibly just eating up everybody's mana here.
Yeah, it's a lot of respect bans coming out on the side of Team Empire. Ancient Apparition, Funnick's Bat Rider, Yume's Earth Spirit, all of these things that were so effective in the last game. They say, no, we're just not going to deal with it again. The only consistency in their bans so far has been the Night Stalker, and they're actually going to go back for the Bane.
This is one of those weird heroes that we were talking about the other day. Was it Effect that ran that hero?
I believe so, yeah.
I'm going back through my notes here. Yeah, they ran the Marana Bane combo there. Plus with the Bloodseeker amp and the Brain Sap. Oof, it's crazy. But yeah, this is one of those heroes that keeps popping up in the CIS region.
Earth Shaker.
And has kind of an iffy win rate, correct?
Yeah, it's a bit iffy, but Empire, it looks like they've run this much more favorably than most of the other teams. From looking at their recent matches, they've run this twice so far, and both games have been wins on Vanscore running the the Bane, and it's they actually did this against M19 previously as well in game 2 of their series in Star Ladder. They grabbed that Bane, so obviously they had some kind of workmanship there, and they're going to look to replicate it here.
It's a lot of nice setup too here with that Bane. You've got a Sand Kingston that can go into it. You can put out a bunch of damage and then grab the Necro Scythe. But we do have the Earthshaker pick up over on the side of M19. So lots of magic damage coming out. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing at least a hood, if not a pipe, coming out from the side of Team Empire.
Yeah, and now they have Sand King for some nice initiation. Bane's good, but Sand King is just a lot more reliable and a lot more spammable. Blink Stun can just about always be thrown out. It's good mobility, good way to get at the Pugna. The one thing that you do have to be careful about with Sand King is getting your Blink Dagger canceled out by Nether Wards, because you start channeling Epi, you get hit by the Nether Ward, can't blink for 3 seconds. So they are going to have to be careful about that. But other than that, still a pretty nice pickup for Team Empire.
Absolutely. I didn't even think about the Nether Ward in proximity to the Sand King, because he does, like you said, have to channel that ulti ahead of time and then blink in. So definitely something to be aware of, something to definitely be looking around on the map and make sure you take it down very quickly.
Yeah, and if they do decide to run this as a Chappie Necrophos, the one thing that they ran successfully, Team Empire, against M19, when they ran the Bane, they ran the FN Sven on top of that as well. So they could opt to go Chappie with the Necrophos and then let FN play his Sven.
That gives him a lot of lockdown and able to have that Sand King jump in as well. That's definitely possible. Pick up the Darkseeker though for Funnick, man. Lots of great heroes being picked for Funnick today.
A lot of super comfort picks for Funnick, which, I mean, he's definitely a playmaking kind of hero. We saw a lot of great lassos in the last game, a lot of great escapes as well. So Darkseer, really nice wombo combo between the Lich and the Earthshaker. Look forward to seeing a lot of good plays coming out from him.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it was great to see him on that Batrider. You know, Batrider, Darkseer, these are both some of his signature heroes. So I'm very excited to see this wall vacuum combo with the Earthshaker just jumping in with all sorts of other crazy particle bits all over my screen and causing me to lag out a little bit. But should be really, really hype for us to watch. So exciting times, definitely. And that'll also cause some problems for Team Empire if they decide to go with a melee carry.
Yeah, it's definitely, that kind of dissuades you from that Sven pick. FN does run it in the mid, but that still puts you up against the Pugna. Also not a great matchup. So probably not going to be the FN Sven that we were talking about now, because you don't really have a great place for him to secure farm. More likely we're going to see something more along the lines of the, you know, Juggernaut, mid-Juggernaut might not be too bad. Ember Spirit, something that kind of jump in and follow up on the Darkseer, or the Sand King initiations.
Just trying to think about who that would be, though. Who would have an okay time with this? Yeah, they banned out the Sven actually on the side of Team Empire because that wombo combo potential is just too strong for M19 as well. I'm so excited to see this Darkseer actually being played by Funnick. Like, if he plays anything like he was playing in game number 1, we're going to be in for a real treat there. So definitely smart idea. Ban out that Sven. Don't want those wall vac combos into a Stormhammer with everything else, because then your team is just insta-dead. But we'll see what gets picked up here. And it looks like M19 not 100% sure what they're going for on Team Empire as well. I mean,
if you look at like a lot of Chappie's popular heroes, like some of his most played, they're not really great this game. PA countered out by the Darkseer and the Earthshaker because of the Truth from Enchanted Totem. Meepo is just absolutely awful here. You could maybe run a roll, but that's a little dangerous going into Darkseer again. It's really tough for them to kind of figure out what Chappie's going to pick up. So they ban out the Alchemist. They don't want any kind of cheese. Lots of good Ags heroes already in the pool. Don't want to have to worry about getting Alch cheesed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's someone that definitely has been played in the past, and some of the comfort heroes, I believe, too. I think over on M19.
Chappie has been playing it lately.
Chappie's been playing it, and Pikachu's also been playing it as well. I don't know how recently here, but I know that's definitely one of the heroes he's very comfortable with.
Anti-mage.
And they go for the AM over here on the side of M19.
So we see the AM, but not on the side that I was expecting. I was expecting that if we were going to see an AM, I was almost expecting it to be Empire, because it's just such a big bomb coming out of the Pugna. Like, so much damage from the Mana Void. But I mean, this is kind of scary for an anti-mage. They've got really good lockdown in the Bane, pretty good lane harass with the Sand King, and more lockdown from the Sand King. Necrophos, if anti-mage gets below half health, I mean, even just that extra lockdown from Reaper Scythe through BKB could be really good. So I'm worried about the Nyx anti-mage right now.
I'm wondering if they figure that they can just kind of like get him a really good start. You've got, a Pugna who's going to be able to make some space here. Sniper. I was wondering about the Sniper because I felt like with the Darkseer Ion Shell, that was going to be a problem. I almost wondered about the Drow, but I think there's too many ways to like close the gap because a Drow aura with the Necrophos and Enchantress would have been just so dirty. But again, she's pretty squishy and she has to be careful.
Yeah, they have too many heroes that can kind of just run at you for a Drow. Sniper, I mean, if somebody gets on top of you, you can just drop shrapnels and try and trade. Mm-hmm. Where you can get that Shadow Blade, the Hurricane Pike, all these mobility items. Drow, you just really want to buy a lot of stats and let the Sand King and the Necrophos really take that focus. So they're going to get the FN, the Sniper instead, throw Chappie on the Necro. And we're going to have to see how this unfolds. I kind of like Empire's draft here. I don't like this anti-mage pick.
I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult to get into the back lines to get to that Sniper with everything else being thrown at you. And, Enchantress fairly tanky early on. You've got Bane, who's going to be able to do a lot of like lockdown if someone tries to get close to it. And then, of course, you got Miposhka on that Sand King, who's going to be able to, throw out some of those disables. I don't know. I'm interested in this because... Oh, I hate Sniper. I always feel like whenever he gets picked up in a lot of these drafts, it's so difficult for people to jump on him unless you have the appropriate draft. And the last pick, I think, might prove to be an issue for the side of M19. But we'll find out.
It's also just a really good hero against Pugna in lane because you can just drop Shrapnel when he Nether Blasts. If he decreps himself, you just assassinate instead. So it's one of the only heroes that can kind of go up against Pugna and just not care as much about what he's the shenanigans that he's up to.
Oh, those shenanigans, that's true. Everybody getting out here, placing their wards.
And we're going to see Ghost Stick on the Enchantress this game. We're going to see the support Sand King instead. So a little bit of a mix-up of roles from last game. Ghost Stick gonna get a little bit more farm than I assume he did on his Doom. He had a bit of a tougher game, got picked off a lot. Enchantress much better in the early phases of the game.
They just spot out that Pikachu was up over onto the high ground. They must be thinking that there was a ward or something placed. However, actually didn't place anything. He just was taking a look over at their shrine, expecting it. Making sure it's in good working order.
It's all about those mind games, man. You see a Pugna just run up onto your high ground. You assume, okay, he's got a team behind him. There's probably a ward up here. He's just messing with you. They do find the camp blocking ward though. Chappie grabs that.
Psychological warfare is a real thing in Dota 2. If you can get the advantage, if you can tilt the enemy team or mess around with them thinking like, oh yeah, you definitely have to buy a sentry ward. I know they warded here and your support has no money and gets tilted off of that too.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The one thing that they did do though is they did block both of these pull camps. So they did find the one ward with the sentry, but this soft pull camp is still going to get blocked. So it's going to be tough for Chappie to keep control of his lane against this aggressive anti-mage. We saw this last game too. Nyx +1 support in the enemy off lane or in the enemy safe lane, just kind of running at them.
Vanscore gets the courier over in mid. Nicely done there. Yeah, this is a little bit of a problem here for, of course, Chappie, just because, eventually he's going to get some points of Heartstopper Aura, and that's going to push the lane quite a bit. What is going on over here in this mid lane? Already Yume is getting pointed out here by Miposhka and Vanscore. They just walk right by him. They're like, all right. And this mid matchup's gonna be interesting because Sniper definitely has the range on Pugna. Pugna's range is not great at all.
It's interesting too because Pikachu went for level 1 Decrepify just to try and mess with FN's last hits, but it's not really been working out that great. Still 4-1 for Sniper. He's missed one creep wave so far, but it's not that bad. Actually, no, there's more than 4 creeps now. I keep forgetting there's an extra creep in mid. So FN's actually doing pretty okay.
The duo mid play here. Yume coming forward. He's looking for the fissure block. Will back himself up. Miposhka coming in, lending some support here to FN.
They're just trying to give Pikachu as much space as they can to try and get some early advantage.
Yume also just kind of man-fighting Miposhka over here on the side. The Grapify comes out, though. They will be able to fissure block him. Throw out a nice another blast here. Can Miposhka get himself out of here? I think he's going to be able to. I mean, he's got a fissure up, though, another, like, 7 seconds. I don't know.
Earthshaker's faster than Sand King. They both have boots.
I've been playing Ring Around the Rosie around these trees.
I actually think Miposhka might die here.
Yeah, Yume actually gets the fissure block off, but there's... Oh, yeah, he's going to be able to just go ahead Burrow Strike himself out of that. Very close, though.
Well played by Miposhka there, holding on to the Burrow Strike, knowing the Fissure's going to try and block him off. Nice patience.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane here, it's going to be Funnick matched up against Ghost Stick. Ghost Stick does not care about Ion Shell at all, so that makes this lane a little bit harder for Funnick to do a lot of harassing here.
Well, I mean, it's tough because every time Enchant is off cooldown, which, I mean, it is a much bigger cooldown than Ion Shell is, but you can just, you know, I'm going to take this creep, I'm just going to run it all the way over to the side. Both of these offlaners are going to get their farm pretty okay, though. This isn't really a kill lane, it's just kind of, we're both going to farm.
Looks like Yume was thinking about going in for the fissure block, cancels it out. They have the Sand King illusion coming over, making it look like he's being supported here. Yume coming forward, though. Again, he's got the fissure. We'll be able to block him off. This should be a dead FN. The Crepify coming out, and that's first blood. Pikachu.
Really nice fissure block there from Yume to ensure that kill. Sniper had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go, nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. Miposhka standing nearby over here on the high ground. Probably telling them, you know, can we push this wave out a little bit? I would like to do some murdering, please.
And
Muriel blissfully unaware of the possible danger that could be happening to him. Here's the wave, it's coming in. Miposhka getting into position, finds Muriel. We'll go ahead, get the Burrow Strike off. They'll follow up, lots of damage coming out here. Vanscore chasing over, and now they might be able to get this kill over onto Nyx. No, Nyx is just going to run himself out. That Brain Sap doing so much damage and just healing up Vanscore too much. Yume is now here in the top lane. He needs to be very careful. Miposhka spots him out with these creeps. They cancel out his clarity here. Vanscore taking a lot of damage from the tower. Needs to be careful. The healing coming out from Chappie, though. They'll block this poor Dogbear man here into the woods. Oh, no. One more hit, and Chappie will be able to get that kill. Oh, Darkseer left.
Yeah, they have to swap lanes because they can't put Nyx up against the Bane because even though he grabbed an early level of Spell Shield to kind of deal with the Necrophos, Brain Sap is pure damage, and Bane has really high starting damage. It's 67 starting damage at level 3, so the Harass is just really powerful, and Anti-Mage can't farm in there. He's 8-2 right now. Chappie's 24-5. He has to start going into recovery mode. The aggressive lane failed. They have to make a swap.
Yeah, poor Nyx sitting at 8-2 for CS right now. And, you know, this is actually really scary because he's very behind Ghost Stick here. Ghost Stick has got level 5. Once he gets that level 6, he's just going to be throwing Impetus left and right at him, and he's not going to be able to do anything.
And this is why I was kind of worried about the AM pick, because they do have the tools to deal with it. They've got pure damage, they've got lockdown.
Oh! He almost made it out. Poor Miposhka. Just the patient Pikachu just sitting over there like, all right, it's coming in. Are you ready? I'm going to toss it to you. Right to the face. Feels bad, man. Muriel needs to be very careful here as well. He's sitting at level 3, and he definitely cannot get away from Ghost Stick as easily as an AM, especially with Vanscore making the rotation down here.
Speaking of AM, we now have a jungle AM. He's got Iron Talon and Poor Man's Shield, and is just farming the jungle.
Never know what's gonna happen in these games, but you do what you gotta do, right?
You do what you gotta do. And FN, despite that death, is actually still doing pretty well. 32-14 for him.
Muriel, bottom lane. They use the scan. They know he's there. He cannot run. Well, he can run, but he's still gonna be very dead. And Ghost Stick will be able to clean up on that. More movement going mid here. Looks like they're trying to jump over onto Pikachu, but
It's so
Trying to
tough.
find the right angle here, because you know that Yume's been standing nearby. In fact, Yume now gone, but he does have the Invis rune, so they could turn this around possibly. In fact, here he comes, the creep wave pushing forward, though. I'm not sure they're going to be able to land the fissure. They do land it in time with the Decrepify, with the life drain. Look how long that range is. He's just going to be able to barely get himself away from that. Those raindrops coming into handy, too. Top lane, ring around the tower. Chappie just trying to get away from Funnick here. Funnick's getting very, very low. They've got the level 5. He's going to try to run himself away. Doesn't have TP, but he'll use the vacuum to break trees and get himself away. Nice play here.
Yeah, really good use of the vacuum there just to get out of there.
Yeah, I think people forget that you can break trees with the vacuum. So nicely played. Nyx, this is what I'm talking about, you know. Ghost Stick, he's got his level 6 here. He's just going to be constantly throwing out these impetus, putting a lot of chip damage over onto this AM, who's only level 4. And he's got an Iron Talon and a poor man shield. This is not the position you want your anti-mage to be in at 7 minutes.
Yeah, really, really rough start. They tried to be kind of cheeky with that aggressive dual lane, but Necropho's just such a strong laning hero. Anti-mage not very good in the early stages of the game, so that aggressive lane not working out for them. And now, like you said, Ghost Stick just super far ahead. He's got his phase boots online. He's almost got his drums. They're going to rotate Funnick back down again just to try and deal with this, and Nyx is just forced to stay in the jungle.
They're invading the jungle too. Like, that's the craziest thing about all this. Chappie's just doing whatever he wants over in the top lane, and the rest of this jungle's just being taken over by the Dire. So Anti-Mage really doesn't have any place to really safely farm. Like, look at Vanscore right around the corner here. Throws down a ward. They know he's over there. It's going to force Nyx to go running off to the other side.
The one good thing that's coming out for M19 right now is Pikachu on the Pugna. He is top in the net worth. The next 3 are all Empire heroes, but he's at least top of the net worth. He's chipping away at this mid-tier 1. And this will probably go down within the next 2 minutes, I would say.
Look at Ghost Stick just sprinking towards Mario. He takes like half of his HP with 1 impetus.
That was just 1? I thought I'd missed another one.
No, that was 1 impetus. Like, Enchantress is sitting at level 7, Muro's sitting at level 5. He's got 700 hit points total when he's at max. And the damage coming out from impetus is just dirty. More movement coming out here over on mid. Looks like they were trying to get a fissure block, but Vanscore doesn't seem too concerned about this. FN just happy to continue farming. Top lane again, we see that Funnick really harassing Chappie here.
I mean, this is definitely annoying for Chappie, but all he has to do is keep farming and he'll regen. Necro probably one of the best heroes in the game to deal with this kind of early aggression from a Darkseer, because you just, okay, I'm just going to last at your creeps and heal back everything that you've done to me through Ion Shell.
Fair enough. Definitely he's a horrible hero to have to lane against, this Necrophos. And it looks like M19 trying to resecure their jungle over here, making more space for the anti-mage, pushing back the Enchantress. Although they jump immediately over onto Pikachu here, they're going to be able to go ahead, throw out the shrapnel. They decrepify Vaposhka, but it doesn't matter. Still chasing now over after Yume. He's trying to run himself out. That creep coming around the corner, trying to block him a little bit, but he's actually going to be just fine. And they're going to turn their attention now to the mid-tier 1.
4-man rotation, that'll get you kills.
That desperation play too, of just like, maybe I can decrepify and heal off of Sand King as fast as possible. Nice try, definitely, but unfortunately just too much damage with that many heroes there. You may actually going back towards his bounty rune. He's got to know that there are people hanging out over here, and there's an Invis rune over here.
There's pinks coming out on the Necrophos though. They've smoked up. They've got 3 heroes in the top lane. Pugna not smoked, but
yeah, he's on the low ground now. He's not going to see them. Smoke does pop. Turning back around to Crepify, coming out immediately, going to be able to get the life drain. They use the Lich ultimate on top of it. They just want to make sure Chappie is a dead man. But look at this push going on over here in mid. We've got the Wild Wing just throwing out that tornado. They've got Sniper and Ghost Stick and 2 Cardies, it looks like. No, 1 Cardie. 1 Cardie and a Wild Wing. Sounds like a band.
Nope, they've got 2. They've got their own, and then they've got...
well, I was saying if she had taken another one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they had 2 siege creeps total.
Yes, no. You are absolutely correct about that.
That was... I mean, they still have the tier 1 top. They don't even get this trade successfully. They might defend this.
It looks like they're pincering. They're looking to defend it or at least get someone at the last second. And immediately Chappie coming forward. They will be able to finish up, but they get the Reaper Scythe over onto Pikachu. Not quite enough damage. In comes Nyx. He's looking for a kill here. We'll be able to go ahead, clean up over onto Chappie. And Vanscore actually going to be able to finish up over onto Pikachu. Muriel now trying to dodge himself around. He TPs because he knows that he's not going to be able to get out of this otherwise. And let's see. Nyx hiding out in the trees here. Hoping that nobody notices him. Doesn't have quite enough mana to TP out just yet, but just comes off right now, and he's gonna get himself out of that situation. So the old classic, you know, push with your anti-mage at 11 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely classic Dota. Nothing weird about that at all. The good news for Empire is that even though Chappie's been having kind of a tough time, he's still 3rd overall in net worth, and this has given FN a lot of space to catch back up, and now he's top. And if FN is top, this game is really difficult for M19.
Top tower goes down and the TP goes out. Looks like Sniper's going to move his way back to mid. Regen rune available top. He's got his Mask of Madness. He's farming up a storm.
Phonic put a an Ion Shell. Is that a dead Maposhka? He's so fast.
Not fast when you get fissured though. There's the slow coming out, trying to out heal, but again, super quick with those phase boots. You know, she's got 4 legs. It's got to count for some speediness, right? Although there are plenty of other heroes that have mounts and such, and they don't go much faster. This is a little risky fighting around a shrine. Sniper coming forward here does spot out over there onto Muriel. They turn around. That looks like they got startled by a random Pikachu.
I don't think they expected Pikachu to be there. They also missed uphill on Ghost Stick, so Lich, you know, doesn't take a whole lot of damage. And like you said, fighting around a shrine is always scary.
All I could think of was a wild Pikachu appears.
Was it super effective though?
It was not super effective.
Last game it was. Last game it did a lot of work.
Well, no, I'm saying the gank coming out from
Yes,
Empire.
yes.
That was not very effective against the random wild Pikachu here.
Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare just thrown out on the anti-mage. Nothing, no follow-up, just I'm being annoying.
Sometimes those are the worst. You know, you talk about the psychological warfare, you know, just showing no fear, running at them. I like to type boop in all chat if I do things like that.
Either that or I like cats.
Yeah, I mean, both are true statements. I like cats, or just booping them on the nose, right?
That's true.
Vanscore, he's still weaving himself around here. We'll be able to go ahead, do the Fiend's Grip immediately. Ghost Stick following up. Lots of damage coming out from this Impetus. They're going to have to run themselves back, but is Ghost Stick going to be able to make it out? Yeah, he's going to actually get taken down.
Oh my god. That's twice now that Chappie's been mid-animation for the Reaper Scythe when Anti-Mage gets his blink off. That's got to be just so infuriating. He
Top
needed to
lane.
be just a little faster.
Yeah, they get the kill over onto Pikachu there.
Not enough mana for the life drain. Classic mistake.
Oh, eventually he'll get his Ags, and that will help quite a bit for him. But yeah, in the meanwhile, definitely struggling just a little bit. Double damage rune available bottom. Looks like Maposhka's made his way back to that lane. But right now, 6.8 net worth on our Sniper, 6.3 on the Necrophos, and 5.5 on our Pugna. And Ghost Stick says, "What Ion Shell? This is my creep now."
I did not know that enchanting removes Ion Shell. That is an interesting interaction.
Doesn't count if it's already your creep, I believe.
No, it wouldn't count if it's already your creep,
But yeah, I guess that just totally neutralizes the creep into being your best friend forever, and you get bracelets with him, and no more Ion Shell.
Are the bracelets nice, Moxie?
I mean, they're handmade by your best friend, so you gotta say they're nice, otherwise you're a jerk.
It's fair. It's fair. You're not wrong.
Right? Right? Yeah. Although I guess if it's your best friend, you could tell them that they're terrible, and, you know, you appreciate it because, you know, it's your best friend. But
Yeah,
back to Dota.
Back to Dota.
Tangenting. Yeah. All right. Chappie
we
here
gotta-
pushing his way down mid. He's got a lot of people standing nearby to help him out if they try to do anything. In fact, that's exactly what they're going to do. Immediately turning back around, Maposhka finds the opening over onto Pikachu. We'll turn around. There's a nice Frost Blast getting thrown out there with a nice dunk coming out from Yume. There's the wall, the vacuum. Vanscore's taking so much damage off of these creeps. It looks like, though, FN going to be able to get the kill over onto Yume. They need to turn around. Can they get the kill over onto Funnick? They can. That was kind of a crazy play there. It felt like
I mean,
for a moment that M19 was going to end up on top of that.
The sniper just had, like, FN had such good timing. He knows that almost as soon as Pugna initiates with his, like, decrep nether blast combo, he's going to want a life drain. So he drops a shrapnel and then immediately starts ulting, so that as soon as Pugna starts channeling the ultimate, it gets the mini stun from the assassinate and it gets completely canceled.
So a lot of nice high ground damage without even having a an Aegis here coming out from the side of Empire. Enchantress, of course, being able to tank that tower using those spirits. And Vanskor, he's looking over here onto this anti-mage. They go ahead, they pop the Mask of Madness. But there isn't the...
No Fiend script just yet.
No Fiend script. Nope, not yet. Just used.
Chappie's having a tough time, though. He's 1-3 and 5. He's got his Veil, he's got his Hood, but he's just not tanky enough yet to deal with all of the hate that M19 have for this hero.
He's doing his best, though, here. Taking advantage of some of these stacks in the jungle while the rest of his team, you know, makes space. FN is having a fantastic game so far, so I'm sure he's more than happy to help out and put some pressure on the map while Chappie tries to recover a bit more.
Yeah, I think the key to Empire victory here is just going to be get Chappie insanely tanky and just let FN do all the damage. He is still going to go for the Radiance on the Necro for a bit of, you know, a bit of his own damage. He doesn't want to rely entirely on FN. But I think if Chappie just gets super tanky and tough to kill, FN just runs away with the game.
Ooh, free Manta here for Nyx. That'll definitely help him out. And a regen rune on top of that. Doesn't really need that, but we'll be able to send those illusions out, push out some waves, and continue farming that way.
We do have a Blink Dagger now online for Yume, so the next Echo Slam is going to be pretty big.
I thought that was revealed.
Was that the reveal?
I thought that was the reveal over when they were in mid that he jumped in. I could be wrong.
Walked in and got the gold off of the kill, but either way, he's got it now, and now the Wombo combo is pretty much online. Chain Frost, Vacuum.
Here
they're gonna use
comes
this
a
in the smoke
Pikachu. They're looking for Chappie. They know he's hard at work farming. There's going to be the Veil immediately followed up with the Chain Frost stuns coming out. Just everything in the kitchen sink. The dunk at the very end coming out from Yume. Looks like Pikachu in a little bit of trouble here. Funnick will be able to go ahead, use the Vacuum. Still too much damage coming out here. One more hit should be able to take Pikachu down. He's out of here now, and looks like Funnick going to try to run away as fast as he can. Impetus, he's got no mana left here. He can't even get out, I don't think. Does have the Soul Ring, but he doesn't have a TP. And, pop goes the Funnick, unfortunately.
Man, the cast range on Assassinate never ceases to amaze me. Like, FN was over here, and he was assassinating over here. Just what a ridiculous spell, but really good turnaround from Empire one more time. They bait with Chappie, kind of, and then just follow up for a nice 2-1 trade.
And the sniper's getting fat. He's got the Maelstrom. He's had the Mask Madness for a while. The Dragon Lance too. Oh, you know what? Maybe... No.
He just picked up the Dragon Lance. But meanwhile, on the other side of the map, AM has finally got his Battle Fury. He's going to start coming online. But the question is it too late? I'm not sure. FN is really scary right now. But AM also has a really good way to jump on top and kind of skip those front lines to get at the sniper. So maybe it's not too late for M19 to turn this around. We're going to have to see how much pressure they can put.
Vanskor pinging them out saying, why are you guys there? You need to get out of there like as soon as possible. And looks like they heed their advice of their captain here. But everyone pretty much from the Radiant is either in the mid lane or top. So they're going to take advantage, do a little bit of mirroring here. Vanskor, you know, taking this opportunity to put up wards. Chappie farming up in the bot lane. Radiance, again, like you said, it is queued up. And what's he got coming out here on Courier?
He does stop off for the 4-staff.
Yeah.
So a little bit of extra mobility so that, like, the only reason he died there was the Echo Slam at the end. So now he's got 4-staff. Maybe in the future he's able to get really far away, but we'll have to see.
Are they going to continue pushing here? Or are they going to back off? They seem a little uncertain on the side of M19. TPs are actually going to come out, though. We will see that Chappie up here on top with Muposhka. There's going to be the channeling of the epicenter coming up, and won't actually catch anyone here. So that's a huge win for the side of M19 currently. Some pings coming out. They know that they're standing nearby. Yume sitting so patiently. He's like, oh, man. Walk a little bit closer to those creeps. Maybe invite a friend or two over here. Yeah, he goes for the dunk anyways. Jumps immediately over onto Chappie. They'll get that vacuum wall combo like we talked about, getting all the bounces between that Chain Frost. And it looks like Empire just say, yeah, no. All right, we don't want that.
Yeah, even FN is tapping out. He says no. At the same time, though, Pikachu's really the only one kind of stuck in the area. Funny. Sticking around a little bit. He does have his mech online, working towards either the Greaves or the Pipe to sit, depending on what he wants. Vanscore looks like he's going to defend the tower, though.
Checking in with our anti-mage down here. He's got the Yasha picked up, and he's going to go for the plus 20 attack speed, so starting to catch up here. And the second place for net worth now.
This is a really aggressive build from anti-mages. Most anti-mages will go for the extra health and the extra blink cooldown and just rely on their items and the rest of their team to dish out the damage. But this is a really, really aggressive build, and he's going for the eggs after his Manta Style. You can see it queued up.
Do you think he's doing this just so, because it's pretty hard for the rest of his team to jump back onto the sniper here. Do you think he's doing it so that way he can close the gap, immediately take him out sort of deal, or what do you think?
That's probably what it is, and that's probably why he's going for
the... Muriel. You're going to try to TP himself out. Won't be able to quite do it here. Pikachu now caught into the corner. They're going to be able to take down this Nether Ward. They still have vision over here onto Pikachu. He's going to be able to go ahead, use the Decrepify. There's the stun coming up, though. We'll cancel it out. And Ghost Stick and FN will be able to dish out a lot of damage over here. They're picking out Chappie for some reason here in the middle. I'm not sure if they weren't going to try to jump on him, but Nyx goes back to farming here. Wants to get that Manta online. And they'll heal up and shrine together.
Yeah, that's going to be the really, really big power spike. Is obviously the Manta Style going to come out, and Necro kind of good against Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage also kind of good against Necro, because if you have no mana to pop Gross Route, then I'm just going to hit you and you're a big mana bomb for me. But on the flip side, it's a lot of reliable lockdown for the Necrophos.
Oh, the jump forward over onto Ghost Stick. They'll be able to go ahead and Nightmare one of them. Fiend Script as well onto him. The Scythe comes out. Yume trying to get himself out as well. We'll be able to TP out, but that was a fail gank for the side of M19.
Yeah, and Darkseer just picking up his Blink Dagger too, so...
That was a big reveal. And nothing for it, unfortunately, for the side of M19.
And immediately FN goes, we're going for mid, we're going to put a bit of pressure on. They don't have their Wombo combo for at least 30 seconds. Let's put some pressure.
Oh, nice Fidger coming out here from the Earthshaker. We'll be able to stop Maposhka in his tracks. But again, this is a sniper. He can just siege from the low ground. It's actually so ridiculous here. He's got a friend now. He's got the Hellbear Smasher, Mr. Tomato. He's going to go to the high ground and give them a little vision. They don't want to feed the creep, though, either. Here comes the creep wave to help do a little bit more damage with that aura on top of that.
Nyx does take the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, I was about to say, he gets the tier 2, but they're able to get the shrine here, or rather, not the shrine, get the tower, and that will open up shrines now for the side of Empire. And they ping them out.
That's a pretty worth it trade.
They're being hunted, though. There's a smoke up and running because they're split off. Yeah, immediately Funnick. There's the vacuum into the wall. They're able to go ahead, throw out a fissure. In comes the Chain Frost. Is only going to bounce once, though, onto Chappie. The rest of the team coming in. They're going to be able to provide the backup, and now it looks like Nyx has changed his mind. He says, all right, we got them to TP back. This is not a fight we want to take right now, especially with the wall down.
He does have his Manta Style, though, so they do want to fight. But, like you said, wall down for another 70, probably going to just wait until either that comes online, or maybe they just wait for the Anti-Mage eggs. And the Anti-Mage eggs actually is pretty good here, because most of their stuns, I mean, all of their stuns actually are single target. If you Nightmare, it gets reflected, Burst Strike gets reflected. They don't have any, like, AoE stuns to really pop this, quote-unquote, Lincoln's, Lotus, whatever the heck, Anti-Mage Ags. So they're going to have to figure out some way to lock him down.
Yeah, they're gonna have to figure that out fairly soon because he is starting to come online now, like we were talking about.
BKB is going to be next on the menu for FN. He does have it now, so probably looking to end the game pretty soon. You don't want to give Anti-Mage more and more space. They're worried about him in the ultra late game.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, he's definitely, you know, FN having a great game so far, but I'm sure they'd much rather, you know, close this out before this anti-mage starts getting so big he's a raid boss.
He's already getting kind of close to that level. He's level 19. He's the same level as FN right now. 2 highest levels in the game. And, I mean, it's just going to be so tough for them to lock him down once that X comes online. Blake Dagger getting worked on by Vanscore, but I don't think he's going to get it in time.
Got some hidden movement going on up here. Muriel hiding out in the trees along with Yume and Pikachu. They're waiting to possibly jump on someone who's coming to do this creep wave. I don't think they realize just how many people on the side of Empire are making their way up there. Pink's coming out here. They know Maposhka's standing nearby. They don't know. Okay, now they see FN coming into view here with that observer. I don't know if they want to fight this right now. They're actually, FN is very far forward. Yeah, they're looking for it. The dunk comes out immediately, followed with the fissure. Gonna be able to go ahead, decrepify, and they get the kill over onto FN. That is a 6 times kill streak, unstoppable, taken off of him. That patient waiting, man.
Immediately they TP back to base. Nyx gets the bottom tower. They're doing a really good job of forcing attention away from the anti-mage right now, which is what you have to do. Even if he is in fighting shape, he's much like it's anti-mage. He's just so happy split pushing and being as far away from the fight as possible.
Well, until he's ready, in any case, right? Until he's ready to go and murder your entire team. But yeah, Nyx is, you know, he's finding opportunities. He sees, you know, okay, sniper's top. That's really the only one I'm super, super afraid of right now. So I'll go ahead, I'll push bottom. And they also knew that Maposhka was top as well because they had that ward. So efficiency gaming. Pikachu has found himself a friend. He is nightmared over here on the side. Yume trying to come in here. We'll be able to go ahead throughout the fissure, but this is still a Pugna that is fast asleep. Drums get used as well. Side comes off from Chappie. And there goes the Pikachu. Still Muriel here as well. I guess they're not too concerned about him. Look at Vanscore. He's like, dude, free Muriel. Uh-oh. Turns around. This is not looking so great now for the side of Empire because Nyx is up front and personal, although the backup's coming in here will be able to blink himself away. Chappie coming forward.
Shit. He keeps stealing anti-mage illusions.
Oh, I love doing that, especially when anti-mages are super farmed and just making him fight himself. Obviously, you know, the original always wins, but it's always a hoot.
They force a buyback out.
That's pretty big.
They might just take this and go Roche.
I mean, they could go grab this shrine and then go Roche. Like,
I didn't realize that shrine was
yeah, there's one shrine still up over here on top, and that'll make it very difficult for them to TP fast enough, although...
Yeah, for some reason, it's not showing up on my map. Like, it looks like it's already destroyed on my screen, but I'm just going to take your word for it. That they're not just shooting at nothing.
Yeah, it's actually just, you know, they're dancing. They've all got taunts now, and... nah, they'll be able to go ahead, take that shrine. I'm not sure they're gonna go for the Roche. I mean, they do have Ghost Stick on this Enchantress, so they could go for it because the sniper is pretty farmed, but they spot Anti-Mage. Oh, Vanscore's in trouble. He's gonna go ahead. He doesn't even have time to hit the shrine. He's gone. He's out of there.
Anti-Mage has eggs. How do you stun him?
Oh, I didn't realize he had finished that now.
No, he literally just finished it right then.
Did he grab the point booster at the secret shop? Is that why he was there? Or?
Sure did.
Oh, boy. Well, that was a rude awakening.
Yeah, and now Empire's like, how do we stun this anti-mage? Like, BKB on Maposhka seems to be their answer. He was probably going to go for that anyway, but the only way you really do it is like, you BKB yourself, you use the anti-mage, and then you stun him. You have to do all that before he just blinks away.
A lot of coordination, yeah, absolutely. Completed.
The other answer, they could maybe get a Silver Edge and put it on FN. That's the other answer, because if you break the spell shield, then it also breaks the eggs, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure here. Although our Necropho's getting closer and closer to this Radiant, so that'll be helpful for that mischance. Just needs a little bit more gold. About 200 gold or so more. They're trying to do this cheeky sneak play again. You've got Yume forward. They're looking for a pick-off. And you've got Muriel and Pikachu hanging out in the trees here. So let's see if they are able to get anything from this. I'm feeling not, though, because it looks like Yume's just going to go ahead, get himself out. And Muriel and Pikachu just kind of hanging out in the woods together as bros.
There's actually like so many items that they need on the side of Empire now that Anti-Mage is starting to come online. Like he's working towards a butterfly, he's got the Ags, so they need a Silver Edge, BKB, and an MKB. Or I guess we just need so many different items to deal with this Anti-Mage.
Yeah, because he's going to be completing the butterfly in the near future as well. And I mean, Sniper does like to build MKB, but is not looking to get that quite yet. Wants to finish up the Mjolnir first. And they're doing a little bit of a hunt here, coming out on the side of Empire, trying to find someone to get a pick off on. Pugna, of course, safe in the base. You've got a bunch of heroes down here in the bot lane, but yeah, they'll just go for it. They'll throw a couple wards down. They're looking for an opening. They don't have their creeps quite yet.
Miposhka might go for this. I think Miposhka goes for this.
FN just runs inside the base.
Miposhka went for it.
Yep, they turn around. Reaper Scythe, not going to do much damage here. The slow coming out over onto Sand King. The Yule's going to be able to throw him up into the air, try to run himself back. Does get stunned up, though. This is going to be maybe a dead Miposhka? No, it looks like he's going to be able to run himself out of the
Bottom
base.
lane.
And Anti-Mage doing Anti-Mage rat things over here. We do see that Ghost has stolen one of the Manta illusions, but we will lose Vanscore down here over in the Radiant Jungle. And they're pinging out double damage rune and maybe Roche. I'm thinking of the Roche. Yeah, in goes Nyx, double damage up and running on him.
And this is kind of one of the problems with Bane, why he's seen such varied success, is he was so good in the early game. He was so instrumental. They got a lot of really good trades, got some good fiend scripts off. But now it's 33 minutes into the game. There's an Eggs on the Anti-Mage. There's like Blink Dagger, Force Staff, Yule Scepter, all these different ways to mess with his fiend script.
Pitcher comes out over here onto Muriel. Can he get out here? It looks like he's going to be able to get his ultimate off before he goes down, luckily. And now turning back around. Funnick taking a lot of damage here. The epicenter going off over here with Miposhka, but are they going to be able to get Chappie out? Yeah, looks like Chappie's going to be able to run himself away. They'll turn around. They'll take out that... take out the ward. Turning back around, though, they're giving vision for FN. He forces himself forward. Can he get this final shot? Oh, look at that! Look at that impetus just flying halfway across the map. Gonna be able to decrepify himself. Turns himself around. Tries to life drain off of it, but FN is there to provide the damage. And that's gonna be more high ground here for the side of Empire.
Nyx is trying to split push bottom, and this might work for him, but one TP back, he's
gonna have to run away, yeah. But he's doing the best he can here. He's hitting up at the tower. No creeps quite yet, though. This backdoor protection is just too strong. He's taking a lot of hits from the tower. I don't think they're even that concerned about him, honestly. Like, they're just...
Things are coming out for top lane? No, they're gonna back off.
I mean, that's enough. They got the racks. I would be really happy with that. Nyx having to TP himself out of that situation as well, because he realizes everyone's coming home to farm this big ol' wave of creeps. And the Radiance is online on Chappie too now, so...
Yeah, he had it for that last fight.
I'm liking these big waves here.
And MKB is going to be the purchase for FN. He's got the 2 javelins already. He just needs the Demon Edge.
That's kind of a feels bad sort of situation, because this Anti-Mage, you know, he's getting closer and closer and closer to this butterfly, and it's going to be pretty much pointless by the time he gets it.
Yeah,
the unfortunate thing is anyways.
He revealed the Talisman of Evasion, so Sniper immediately knew what he was doing. So it's unfortunate, but it's still going to be good against Necrophos. The Enchantress is still going to be having some issues with it. Actually, she's got one queued up now, too.
Oh, boy. And with the attack speed coming out from Sniper as well, with just the MKB, is just going to be plink, 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 like nonstop, hitting them in the heads. We do have a smoke, though, coming out from Empire. They know that they're probably hanging out in their woods since they're not showing out anywhere else. And they do spot Funnick over here onto the side. They're going to go forward. Maybe... Ooh, this Anti-Mage, the blink. They know he's there. Do they just... They're trying to figure out how to approach it, I'm guessing?
I mean, the big thing is that FN can't die. If FN dies in this fight, they might just lose the game because he has no buyback. He went all in for that MKB.
Smoke reveals over here. Immediately jump over onto Muriel. Beautiful dunk slam into the vacuum combo wall. All this damage getting pumped out. The Train Frost doing a ton of damage. Muriel gets taken down. And now FN, he's got to run. This is going to be so bad. Like you said, they need to get him out of the situation. He's just not going to be able to do it, though. That's a dead sniper for 77 seconds.
Immediate jump in the back.
So weird. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's one of those things where, you know, it looks like, okay, this is, you know, gonna work out well for them. They spotted them out. They're on the high ground, and it just gets turned around so quickly during all that because of that beautiful, just the vacuum wall combo. Nick's taking a lot of damage, though, here from Ghostic. Ghostic just throwing out all these impetuses. I think if he got one more off, he might have been able to get that kill. But they'll defend half of the racks here, and they'll just back off.
Yep, they get shrines with this. They get, like you said, half a lane of racks. They force 2 buybacks, which is, you know, that's pretty good. Sorry, apologies. And, I mean, it really stifles the Necrophos. Like, he's trying to get that ag so that he can just keep ulting in these fights, but now he's been forced to buy back. And we saw a lot in that last fight. Vanspor was trying to help his sniper. He tried to, you know, deal with the anti-mage, but he just nightmared himself and he wasn't able to do anything.
They have an MKB up and running now on the sniper, though, so that's gonna put a little damper onto this anti-mage, but I mean, he blew him up like it, just jumped in there as fast as he could. Eyes on the prize.
I mean, even with the MKB in that last fight, he did no damage to the anti-mage. Anti-mage didn't even drop below 3/4
Oh, he had it in the last fight? I didn't realize he had picked it up prior to that.
That's why he had no buyback, because he went all in on the MKB trying to deal with the butterfly, and he still just got absolutely eviscerated.
Not good. Not good here at all. Yeah, it looks like Necrophos, like you're saying, you know, he's looking at getting that Ags, but he's opted to go now for the BKB. Ghostic going really forward here. Will be able to go ahead, use that Hurricane Pike, take one of the anti-mage illusions, have it fight for the side, and Yume coming forward. Has that Invisor, and they're not aware of this. Oh, the dunk, the wall, the vacuum, everything. The Caboodle looks like it's really, really scary right now. Can they get the kill over onto Funnick? They will. They'll drop the gem over onto the ground. The H is actually running out here, and they're still giving chase. Looks like Earthshaker going to get thrown up into the air. Maposhka turning around. They'll be able to get another kill over onto F, and they lose the tower, but they win the fight. And that's the wall vacuum. Well, vacuum on a very short cooldown, but the wall is down now for a little bit. They got a gem out of the deal here for side of Empire, so they're feeling pretty satisfied with that. That was, man, the combos coming out, just they look so good, but the sniper, of course, just sitting far back, just plinks away at everyone.
The mobility is really key too. I think there was like 2 or 3 force staffs used on FN in that fight just to get him away, and then he just starts plinking. And after that, if the anti-mage isn't on him and like stopping him from auto-attacking, FN is still really scary. And if they can kill everybody around the anti-mage, he can't 1v5. It's just a question of who loses the supports first, FN or anti-mage.
Poshka, oh no, runs directly into Nyx here, goes ahead, uses the Sandstorm, tries to run himself away. Muriel does have eyes over onto him. They use the, nice bashes coming out here from Nyx. Will be able to hold Sand King into place and take him out. So Abyssal is the next item that Nyx is going to be thinking about here. Goes ahead, pops the Mantis, that way he can continue to push out. And he has overtaken the Sniper now in terms of net worth. He's sitting at 26k versus Sniper 22.
And if you look at the net worth graph for the game, it tells the perfect story of what happened.
It's a roller coaster, my goodness.
Very much Empire favored, and then they kind of lose a fight, and then it comes back, and then you see where they take the racks, and then anti-mage comes online.
Yeah.
As soon as anti-mage shows up in the fights, you see that graph just spike up in M19's favor.
I mean, we're getting later and later here with an anti-mage, and that's just kind of what happens. You know, once he gets that Abyssal Blade, Sniper's in a lot of trouble. Because he's going to be target #1 every single time. He's got the Ags on the anti-mage too, so the lockdown's going to be very, very difficult.
And there's the Abyssal complete. He's actually opting to go for the Scotty. Just be super tanky and hard to kill. You don't see this very often, but ever since they changed the interaction where Scotty's no longer a attack modifier, every once in a while you'll see this Scotty anti-mage, and every time you see it, it's just so good. It's just not consistently good enough. Because why would you get a Scotty most times when you can get a heart?
Yeah.
But here, Nyx decides, I'm gonna get that Scotty.
He's just particles. Like, look at this with the ion show, with the basher blades, the anime hair. Just a glowing blob here over on the screen. Looks like they are experiencing a little bit of lag though, so they'll go ahead and they'll pause for a minute. So how does Empire figure this out? How do they take a really good fight? Do they just need to pick off first, or?
They need to kill everybody around the anti-mage and kite the anti-mage. Like, you need to almost treat him like a life stealer, where you just kill everybody around him, because you can't dump all of your stuff into an anti-mage. He's just gonna blink away, and then you've dumped all your stuff into an anti-mage. The only exception to that rule is if you can get a Fiend's Grip off, because if you can somehow manage to pop that eggs and then get the Fiend's Grip off, then yeah, you dump everything you have into the anti-mage. Otherwise, you just kill the supporting cast, kill the Pugna, kill the Darkseer, because if you kill those supporting casts, he's a lot. Like, he can't 1v5 you.
Not yet, anyways.
I mean, I might have just Caster's Curse the whole thing, and he's gonna get a solo rampage after the rest of his team dies.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. But, Maposhka is hanging out down here in the enemy jungle. Needs to be a little careful because Funnick is hot on his trail. Yeah, he spots him over here on the side. We'll just kind of chase after him, and the Yules comes out here from Maposhka. He doesn't want to deal with it. He's just going to go into the trees, I'm guessing, probably blink himself to another portion, and unfortunately Funnick picks the wrong area to pull off. But
there's actually some nice mind games coming up from Maposhka, because Funnick probably thinks, okay, he TP'd out, I missed, whatever. Maposhka never even went for the TP, so he has a couple of options. Either he can actually go for the TP, or he can do what he's doing, which is creep cut and kind of help save this bottom lane so that the rest of his team can keep farming up.
Yeah, Yume actually really lucky, picks up another Invis rune, but unfortunately he gets immediately dewarded over here on this eye spot here in the Dire, and that sentry ward reveals that look at Funnick, he's still like, where are you? Oh my gosh.
And here's the thing, now because of that play Maposhka just made, he's not convinced that Maposhka's actually gone. He's looking for him. Yeah, he's
spending so much time roaming around in these trees. Maposhka troll, please.
Like, half of Dota is mind games because of stuff like this.
So they realize that something's got to be up, right? Because Sniper just uses shrapnel. Sniper is nowhere to be seen, though. And they're making their way into the jungle. They use a scan.
They find
Courier
a lich.
going through. Can they grab this courier? Nah. Onto the high ground, sending Maposhka first. Smoke on smoke action. All right, Maposhka jumps forward. The BKB comes out, though, from Pikachu, but there's so much damage being pumped out here by Chappie. We'll be able to take him down with the help of the Enchantress. Sniper just trying to get some distance, but looks like Nyx gonna have to bail out. There's just too much support coming out. There's too much damage being pumped out, too, from Ghostic. You see here, Yume trying to get himself out. They missed the stun, unfortunately. Can they grab him in time? No. So they lose Pikachu during all of that. They use a bunch of BKBs as well. These BKBs are on cooldown is the next question. I think Sniper, right? Sniper used his BKB.
Sniper used his and Pugna used his.
Pugna used his.
That was it. Oh no, Chappie also used his.
Alright. So much damage being pumped out during that fight. Oh my goodness. Like, those BKBs really just not doing that much now. Roche is up too. This is the perfect timing for them.
And a double damage.
They just have to be careful though, because there is an Earthshaker still alive and well with an Echo Slam that could get in that pit real fast. Yeah, they want to contest this. They don't want to give it up for free. In fact, there's a jump forward immediately by Nyx. There's going to be a dunk as well. Looks like we're going to lose Ghostic here to this Chain Frost. And again, Chappie going to turn back around. He throws out the Reaper Scythe. Can they get it off? They can't get quite enough damage onto him in time. Bane was holding him into place, but he's going to be able to go ahead, clean up over onto the Necrophos as well. These illusions just totally chipping away at all the mana. Funnick actually trying to get another kill here. They're just things happening all over the map. Looks like Yume sitting really low. FN, he could have turned around. He could have gotten that kill. He's trying to get the kill over onto Muriel. There's just a lot of chaos during that entire fight. There's actually a gem sitting inside the Roche pit as well. I believe it belonged to Funnick originally. Nope, belonged to Muriel. All right.
Muriel.
Because I know Funnick
But I
had
mean,
it down at one
Anti-Mage
point.
died, and FN got the kill, so that's pretty good.
Take a look at the graph yet again, just up and down and all over.
They might use this to go into Roche now, because Echo Slave's on cooldown, Anti-Mage is dead. Once they push out this bottom lane and Chappie reses, I think they go into Roche with this.
Yeah, they need a TP scroll over on FN though. Doesn't have one quite yet, and he doesn't quite have those boots to travel. Couple pings coming out. There is vision. They do see Funnick over onto the side here. It looks like Miposhka feeling very confident. We'll jump immediately over onto Pikachu. Pikachu uses the Decrepify, but he's taking a lot of damage here from the Shrapnel. They'll use the Glimmer Cloak, get him out of harm's way. But I mean, yeah, that's still, what, 25 seconds before Anti-Mage is up and running, and they're going to exactly do that. Forge are going to run right into this pit and try to finish up here.
30 seconds to Echo Slam. They're cutting it close, but this might be the play.
I think they need more people.
They need Ghost Stick to tank. That's what they need.
Are they going to be able to do this fast enough, though? Funnick, he's sitting on the outside of the pit, does get the vacuum wall combo off again.
Roche is too low to abandon now, though.
No, they gotta do this.
If they leave the pit, they pretty much guarantee that Anti-Mage gets that Aegis.
He's coming up, though. They need to reevaluate here how they want to do this. And again, they're going to have that Echo Slam this time around now, too. Yeah, they ping it out. It looks like Nyx is going to get this. I don't think they're going to... Yeah, they're not going to be able to take it... to mess with them in time, I don't think. Oh, Miposhka goes in. He tries to get the snatch here. There's the Roche's drop. No one has picked up the Aegis or the cheese yet. Looks like FN denies the Aegis. Look at this chain frost going around. BKB's popped out all over the place. Ghostic will be able to get a kill over onto the side, but Funnick, he's chipping her down the entire time. Will be able to take out the Enchantress. Reaper Scythe comes out. They're not going to be able to quite take down the Anti-Mage with the Scythe, but they're still cleaning up, and FN dominating.
And that play
That
from
denial.
FN, like, that was not a, like, KYXY, oh man, I fucked up. That was...
No, that was, you're
was
not
fucked
getting
up.
this. We worked hard for this.
It was actually so good. And they force a buyback out of Funnick. Not who you want to force the buyback out of, but it is a buyback.
Got these Cardis in the base hitting away over at this effigy, but I mean, they've got to be feeling pretty good. They did force the buyback out of Funnick, like you said, which is good. Oh man, that play.
Anti-Mage is actually going for a BKB now. He's abandoned his Scotty. He's just going to go right for the BKB. He needs that defensive item.
This has been such a crazy game, like up and down and all over for these net worth graphs. Like,
FN has just been doing such a great job this game. Like, not to discredit the rest of Empire at all, but FN, his positioning, his use of Force Staffs, he's been always making sure that he saves his Force Staff until it's absolutely necessary that he uses it. If he can just man-fight the AM, he just sits there and man-fights with the AM. It's, like, really impressive watching him in these fights.
they want to jump onto him over here. They use a scan, though. They realize that there's definitely someone coming here for this little sniper, and they want to protect him at all costs.
Checking BKB status. 6 seconds on FN.
Jump
8
forward
seconds
over here.
still.
Yeah, Earthshaker has been revealed. Yume trying to run himself back. There's the Yules coming out. They'll pop the dust as well, trying to throw them off that Glimmer Cape. They're still forcing themselves forward, but they're not going to be able to quite grab it. Muro realizes, like, yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. Miposhka, though, he finds his target. Yume in a lot of trouble. Goes ahead. He pops the...
They don't have dust. They don't have detection. He might get away here.
That was weird. I thought I saw, like, a hood on Yume. I don't know what that was. Yeah, he gets out.
A little bit late.
That was very weird. I thought I saw like a pipe or something pop. He did not have one.
It was a pipe from Funnick. I don't know if Funnick was there or not, but actually it's on cooldown, so it makes sense.
Yeah, he must have popped it and like was right on the cusp of it or something. I was like, yeah, because Earthshaker doesn't have one on him. He doesn't have a Hood of Defiance or an actual pipe, so I'm not sure where that came from. That's got to be it. This Blink Dagger, if Vanscore can actually grab it, is going to be so good. Although he does have the Force Staff, so he can kind of push around the sniper.
He's been dreaming of that Blink Dagger since before Anti-Mage had eggs, Moxie. I don't think it's coming anytime soon.
That's why he's not getting it, right? Because he's dreaming and he's vain, so everything's a nightmare, clearly.
It's canon. You heard it here first, folks.
No, you did not hear anything here.
Yume running around with the gem. He's got the enchant totem going. This is a speedy little Earthshaker.
And that Yule's, right?
Hasted. He's hasted.
Oh,
with,
he is haste. No, he's not hasted. He doesn't have...
Well, I mean, he's haste
haste
speed with the Shadow
okay.
Blade.
I was about to say, I was like, he doesn't have a haste rune. What are you talking about? Just that Yules and those tranquils, man. They make you so speedy. They have a couple of pop shots over here. It looks like Nyx is not ready for this fight. Oh, Ghostic, he really wants this, though. Yule's coming out. We'll protect him a little bit longer. They do the spirits just in case anything's turning on them and still chasing after. This is like a high-speed chase coming out from the side of Empire.
High speed is right. Like, these guys
just
are
zooming around here, right? And they're going to re-engage, I think. Yeah, Anti-Mage jumping forward again. He spots him out. Nice tongue. Echo Fissure slam vacuum. So with all of this, oh man, my game is lagging out with all these particles. There's just too much stuff happening over here. They will be able to get the scythe off over onto Pugga. FN on a killing spree. Ghostic now trying to run himself out. Funnick actually going to be able to kill FN during all of this. Muriel, he spots Chappie over here in the corner. They want to jump over onto him. Looks like they're going to try to go over onto Ghostic instead. But Nick's going to be getting a double kill. Jump back into the pit. He says, oh man, I want this. He's not going to be able to get a bash though because of the Ghost Shroud and not being able to attack him. But that is 4 people on the side of Empire who are just out. Do have buyback on Ghostic. We have it on FN as well. But I'm sure they're really hoping they don't have to pop it. I think they're going to have to though, Forge.
Yeah, no, they definitely buy back, at least on Ghostic. Yeah.
And they jump immediately over onto Chappie. He's going to try to pop the shrine here, use the Ghost Shroud to his advantage. He gets forced back around here, gets the scythe off, but it doesn't matter here. Then there's going to be the Lotus dropped over onto him as well. They're just going to run themselves back. They got to buy back.
That was really, really cute stuff there. He uses the Force Staff. Well, he uses the Force Staff to pop the Anti-Mage eggs, and then he uses the ulti.
That's smart.
That's why Vanscore went for the Force Staff instead of the Blade Dagger. He's been using the Force Staff to pop the Lincoln, or pop, well, I'm gonna call it pop the Ags.
And again, the slow comes out back over onto Ghostic because of that Axe. They are going to be able to stun him up though over here onto the side. They get the scythe off. Not quite enough damage. He has to pop his BKB to get himself out. That was a little close over here. He's going to be able to run and get himself away. Funnick looks like he's going to be able to get out as well. I don't think they want to chase too far on this. And it looks like, yeah, Empire's going to go back to their base.
He finds a regen.
Heal up. Oh, boy. Things are looking up here.
I mean, they hold on to FN buyback, which is the key. As long as FN holds on to buyback, they actually still have a shot. Because he is doing a lot of damage in these fights. Maposhka.
Oh yeah, there's the immediate jump. There's the blowing up of the Maposhka. There were a lot of people there that he was not counting on. So Anti-Mage, actually, he's not going to go for the Scotty. He's going to be going for the MKB. He knows that there's a butterfly up and running over on the sniper.
Yeah, he opted not for the Scotty. He went for the BKB as his defensive item, but BKB, of course, has a cooldown. So he's going to just pop BKB, swap it out with the MKB, and then go from there in the team fights. Does Pikachu have his eggs yet? He does not have his eggs. He's actually opting. He's opting not to get it this game, which is interesting.
He's had a little bit harder of a game though too. He's got 11 deaths. They've been targeting him pretty hard early on. I still feel like that would be a really good pickup though for him.
I mean, it's almost always a good pickup. It's just a question of when he gets it. He's probably going to swap out the wand for it now. He's probably got enough defensive and mobility items that I would say he's safe to grab it. But we'll see if he disagrees. I don't play that much Pugna, so maybe he knows something I don't.
Anti-Mage looks like a glow stick right now because of the invis that was just on him. The particles in this game make me laugh a lot. Like, I love my hats, don't get me wrong. I just think it's funny when it's just nothing but particles and it's not IO. Chappie maybe needing to be a little bit careful. There is an Anti-Mage standing nearby. They're worried that maybe this is warded, I'm guessing, with the pings coming out. But yeah, there's a jump forward. There's the Abyssal Blade coming out. The Nightmare comes out, though, trying to buy him a little bit more time. The Mana Void comes out as well. Chappie got to be able to walk himself back here.
That was really well played by Vanscore.
Definitely. Just being there at the right time in the right place.
Yeah, some people in the audience might not know, but there is a temporary invulnerability that you get when you cast Nightmare, and allows for cute little plays like that where you just completely save your core who's farming a bottom lane by himself with no vision.
Now they're down their Lich here. Is Empire going to try to make any moves? They do spot Funnick out over on the side. He's going to go ahead, search himself up, get in the trees. Already we're seeing Pikachu. He's blinked into the corner. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in this right now. Maposhka doing a little bit of hunting. Hasn't actually found him. Won't find him because he TP's out to the top lane. And, oh, he pops the BKB. And they actually, they trigger his Ags as well. So how many seconds does he have left on this BKB? He's down to his 8-second BKB. Pikachu trying to do a little bit of split pushing here. Needs to be careful. Does have that blink dagger though, so should be able to dodge around. Just keep split pushing these waves and making them return back to deal with him.
So Chappie's actually been really conservative with his BKB. He's had his for quite a while.
Epicenter gets channeled over here onto the Earthshaker, immediately just obliterating Yume. That was a really lucky sentry there. Sorry about that, Forge.
No worries. I was just talking about how Chappie has been really conservative with his BKB. He's still on 7 seconds. He's had this like second BKB that was picked up overall.
We lose Maposhka yet again over here. They've got to be so careful because Nyx is just so incredibly strong, like 1v1 anyone, even like 1v2 for a lot of these things because he's just destroying all your mana. He's got the Abyssal Blade. He's just doing
Sniper now looking into his 7-slot item as he's got the Lincolns queued up. Something to swap out after the BKB gets used.
Yeah, I think that's smart because he's also running down on that. Yeah, he's 5-second BKB. Roche is up though.
It's 5 seconds on Sniper and Pugna, and then 7 and 8 seconds on Necrophos and ATU, respectively.
Yeah, Nick's already looking over here. He started the Roche. I don't think anyone's realized that yet because they don't have any sort of wards, although they will send the Enchantress Streep over here. The Satyr making his way into the pit. We'll point out that there is, in fact, an anti-mage there, and he's still going at it, you know? We'll back out momentarily, just wait for the rest of his team, I'm guessing. And it looks like Earthshaker is on his way. He's like, yeah, we don't really want to let them get this Roche. It's down to about half health. Smoke comes out. And they don't have any vision over here. Although they'll know that someone's nearby, considering they just took down the ward.
Just gonna park the Enchantress Tornado in. Does give a little bit of vision, so you can still see Roche. But Roche is actually healing through the damage, so it's okay.
And they break the Lincolns again. They just run in. There's a lot of back and forth coming out here from Team Empire. They don't want to let him get this, but they're trying to figure out the best way to approach us because they are afraid of the dunk, obviously. They're afraid of the vacuum wall combo. Axe gets popped again. They're able to land a nice fissure, block off Maposhka and, of course, Vanscore. And Maposhka jumps through, actually gets 2 heroes. They're able to grab the Earthshaker as well and just shred over here onto Maposhka. That lance coming in at the last second, going to be able to take down Funnick. But Chainfrost doing quite a bit of damage here. Yume, he tries to go for that dunk, does land over onto it, but it's just going to take a little nap now. And Nick's still on the prowl, looking over, possibly going to be able to grab Vanscore. Yeah, he'll find him. And that's a double kill and a Roche. I said lance during that, and I meant to say scythe. Too many things happening at once. My goodness.
Too many spell names. It's okay, Mercy. Sniper's gonna push out top lane with some shrapnel, but they're probably gonna move into bottom. Enchantress has her ancient talent.
Oh, I forgot that that's a talent for her. Oh my gosh.
It's actually pretty good because it increases your max HP by 15%. So really gonna help with the tankiness issues that Empire's been running into. This anti-mage just kind of shredding through them. It's gonna help a little bit. Does die though, so never mind, she doesn't have it anymore.
This anti-mage is just getting scarier and scarier. He's just running away here with the net worth, 40k, 34 over onto the Sniper. He's got an Aegis. Like, look how many things he has in his inventory. He actually trades out his MKB because he just doesn't have enough slots for this Aegis on top of that.
Here's the thing though, he's pretty much slotted. Like, yeah, he can get an AC and that's cute, but he can only have 6 things in his inventory at a time. He's kind of hitting his cap. So if they can start killing him now, it's only going to get easier.
Can they kill him though is the next question. Like,
well, I mean, that I can't tell you.
That's the million-dollar question, right?
I mean, they have the tools. It's just so difficult because of the support that he's getting. Like, they have to dump so many things into killing the anti-mage. They've been using Enfeeble to pop his Ags. I keep wanting to say Lincolns, but I know it's his Ags. And then following up with Nightmare or Fiend's Grip or something, but there's always a stun, a vacuum, just something that interrupts those disables.
Yeah, Sniper's actually got a completed Daedalus. He's not even using boots anymore. He's just trusting his speed to the butterfly active. Ghostic has been really smart too. He keeps breaking the Ags over on the anti-mage using the... Oh gosh, what's that called again? The enchant. I want to say friends. I'm like, that's not it. Like, they are friends, but that's not the official name of it. So yeah, there's the Assault Cuirass finished up over on AM. Man, this guy is loaded.
He's 9 slotted at this point. Like,
Yeah.
the only thing he could get is replace that those TP boots with, or sorry, that TP with TP boots, and then get a moon shard.
Oh, this is the best creep that she could possibly get, is those prowlers. Those are the worst to deal with.
Oh god, I forgot about those things. It's
I
actually pretty
hate
good because
them.
it's root on an auto attack. So as soon as Manta gets popped, you just
Now,
auto
will
attack.
that trigger on anti-mage's Ags?
No, because it's an auto attack.
Because it's not attack, it's not an actual targeted. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. That would be pretty ridiculous though if it did, right?
I mean, even if that was the case, would you even care? Because then it's just getting used on a creep. The one that is really OP though is actually the Desecrate, the Stomp, because it reduces base armor by 50%.
Oh, that's so
Anti-Mage
dirty.
has 21 base armor. So that's, what, 10, 11 armor gone, depending on how Dota rounds it. It's a lot of survivability.
So they want to go and end this game. They've got the big old arrow going down mid, but it's kind of hard to go up against a sniper here, going high ground.
I mean, Sniper high ground is easily one of the most difficult high grounds in the game to push. Even Sniper against Megas is one of the most difficult high grounds to push.
Is this where Anti-Mage just runs his face in, jumps on the sniper, abyssals him, tries to put as much damage so it forces him back to wall and the rest of the team hopefully follows him? Or, because he does have the Aegis, he switched out back to that MKB because he knows that he's got to use this for the sniper. Look at Pikachu, blinks in. What a fearless little skelly man here. Nyx jumps forward, he finds the Necropost. He's going to try to burn him out as fast as possible. The fissure, oh, did you see that dunk with the vacuum wall? That was just so beautiful here. Buyback comes out immediately from Chappie. They'll be able to take down the Pugna. Pikachu's going to get taken down, but they've done quite a bit of damage in the meanwhile, coming out here from M19.
But they don't kill FN. They don't get the racks. And
I mean, they're going in for round 2.
yeah, if they kill Chappie here, it might be GG.
We've got that dragon here, throwing out some of this wave clear, but of course when you've got this anti-mage, he's just chipping through everyone so fast. You've got the ion shell as well. That was a beautiful, just, it never fails to amaze me just how amazing, like, each split second is when it's to go time, when you see these teams that have been practicing together so well, just how fast they execute everything and they see that opening. And again, Nyx, he's sitting over here. He's going to go ahead. He pops the BKB. It doesn't do a whole heck of a lot to him just because of the fact that, you know, FN just sitting really far back and just plinking out the damage. He jumps forward. He's looking for him here. Looks like Enchantress will be able to go ahead and pop the Aegis. The BKB comes out here from FN. He's going to turn back around, possibly get this kill over onto Yume. The Chain Frost doing quite a bit of bounces here. Will bounce off back to Ghostic, but they're still going to be able to take down Yume, and it looks like Funnick going to have to run his way out here with that surge.
If FN hits anybody that isn't the anti-mage more than 4 or 5 times, they're dead. Like, everybody that isn't anti-mage is just melting to FN.
Oh, yeah,
so this is what I meant earlier, right? If you just kill the people around him, eventually anti-mage is going to be alone. Like, you see how scared he has to be. He has to blink forward, pop BKB, just to get some damage on the melee racks.
Man, he has just gotten rid of his boots completely, too, at this point. I mean, he's anti-mage, he blinks nonstop. It's not a big deal, but... like, he just... these hard decisions. What to buy? What to buy?
He's going for the Scotty now.
Well, he's got to try something else here. Does already consumed a moon shard on top of them. I'm sure he's going to start handing out moon shards to people at this rate. Once he gets that taken care of.
He might as well. Moonshard, Echo, or on Earthshaker. That's what I want.
There we go. He is the carry now.
We've got a Vlad's online on Lich. This is when you know you're hitting in the ultra late game. Lich is 24, has Vlad's Glimmer Cape, and 4 staff. Vanscore has 4 staff. I mean, Vanscore's just getting picked on in this fight so much. He's so squishy.
He's a very important lockdown for the side of Empire. So they're definitely keeping a close eye on him here.
They might find Funnick in this bottom lane.
They're veering off towards the anti-mage. That seems to be public enemy number 1 here for them. If they can take him down, maybe force a buyback, they're in a better situation here on the side of Empire.
He's got his Ags in his backpack. This is really dangerous. Like, that's his number 1 survivability. If they see this before they initiate, they can just straight up Fiend's Grip him.
Looks like Pikachu gonna back his way off, join up with the rest of the team here in mid. They need to be very, very careful here on Empire. They've got a couple of these creeps. You know, you've got the Alpha Wolf, you've got the Thunderhide. No, you're missing both of them. They jump forward, though, immediately over onto Anti-Mage. He pops the BKB. There's the Hex coming out. Dunk comes out as well. Over onto the side, there's going to be a nice vacuum. They use the Abyssal Blade over here. Can they take out Chappie? They'll be able to. FN, though, he just sits so far back. He's going to be able to blink off over onto Funnick. Gets that kill. There's a blink forward coming out as well over onto Nyx. They need to be... Oh, he's stuck in the trees. There's the Force Staff. We'll be able to pull him out here. There's just so much damage being dished out, too, with this Impetus Enchantress. That fight went from 0 to 60. My goodness. Cheese gets eaten up, though, over here. Anti-Mage is ready to come back. They know that they don't have Chappie. They don't have the Bane. Just one-shotting creeps here like a boss.
That might be GG. It's 4v5, 3v5 right now. No buybacks on Vanscore or Chappie. They know for sure that Chappie doesn't have it. They probably suspect Vanscore doesn't have it because he's been broke all game. And they might go in for at least Megas here. Maybe not GG. This might be Megas.
He's got double damage on this Anti-Mage, too. He's just doing so much. It's like rapier levels, honestly. Like, how do you deal with this guy? He switched the Ags back into his,
Yeah,
Zach, yeah, jumps immediately over onto Ghost, gets that beautiful vacuum wall combo yet again. Are they going to be able to take down another? The buybacks are coming out in mass, though. Looks like they're going to try to take down the Sand King. Not going to be able to quite well. Pikachu going to be able to go ahead, decrepify himself at the last minute, protect himself, and dodge that assassinate here. And they've turned their attention over here to the mid-racks. This is a little bit scary right now for Nyx. He's going to try to just manta through here, try to get some more damage over onto the tower. He backs off. The rest of his team joining him over onto the side, and I feel like they should be very, very happy. How many buybacks was that? Let's open buyback status. That was Sniper bought back. Enchantress bought back.
Yeah, that's
I felt like more buybacks than that. I felt like it was so much more. I don't know. Maybe just because everything was exploding on my screen. But again, here comes Nyx. He's already healed up. He's ready to go. Wants to get this tower. We'll be able to force step him forward here and maybe hold on to him. The dunk comes out over into the back end here. There's going to be the Chain Frost thrown out as well, getting off quite a few bounces. There's going to be the Sheepstick coming out. Funnick trying to run himself over. He wants to take down FN. He's just too deep, though. Now they'll turn around. They'll get that kill. They'll be able to take another lane, and now they have Mega Creeps. They did lose their gem in the process, but I think they're okay with this trade. And during all that, Nyx did not die.
They do get a dieback on Funnick, but they also die back on Ghostic. So this is like Empire's in a really, really tough spot right now. Their best Bane is terrible at defending high ground against Megas. Just awful.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
best way to do it is Sniper. But Sniper also has to push. So if they ever win a fight and actually kill this anti-mage, they have to leave their best pusher behind just to defend the base.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like their supports have enough gold where they can, you know, just be like, oh, well, I'll buy a Maelstrom and try my best. They're, you know, Vanscore is so poor. 5.3k net worth right now. And unfortunately, Necro, not the best at pushing like Sniper, obviously.
And we've got the Scotty on anti-mage. He's got it.
So I zip over to Anti-Mage and he leaves the base at the last minute. Darn. Alright, well, we have a Tankosaurus Rex for an Anti-Mage now. He's dishing out a ton of damage, tons of slow. It's the final countdown, Forge.
I don't know. I don't know how they win this. They need to kill anti-mage.
How do you kill anti-mage though with all this other stuff being thrown at you in the back end and all these creeps? Like, look at this. Chappie's struggling really, really hard. There's gonna be the sheep coming out here. They're able to get the nightmare off. We'll be able to go ahead, use the abyssal blade though over onto Chappie, try to burn him down. The fiend script goes through the BKB though, and can they actually turn around and get this kill over onto Chappie? No, but they might be able to catch Yume. Look, it's gonna be able to make it out, and it's just a distraction this entire time as Pugna mows through their buildings. And they just reset. They heal up Nyx and they say, all right, go get him. You're good.
It's really unfortunate too, because if Vanscore had had a good enough early game, like if they'd have seized enough advantage early on that he was able to get like something really greedy, like the BKB, even a Lincoln Sphere, they might have killed the anti-mage there, because he could actually channel his ultimate. Right now,
there's the pull forward, immediately jumping over onto the anti-mage here. We'll be able to protect him though. He's got that Lotus Orb on top of him as well, plus the Ags. And they're struggling to keep up with just the creeps alone, not even paying attention to the heroes. Like, look at this. Nyx hasn't even hit anyone in quite a while, I feel. Chain Frost comes out here. We'll get a couple bounces off between the two. Looks like Chappie in a little bit of trouble. BKB comes out, trying to chip him down. Looks like Nyx's going to be able to take out Chappie. And he's sitting so very low here. Lots of bounces. Mural in a lot of trouble here. Actually, we'll be able to get taken down by Vanscore in the meanwhile. And looks like they might just go back. Oh, no. Pikachu, he's going to heal him up yet again. Do they re-engage is the next question as he takes some more life off of the creeps. Just this transfusion system coming out from Pikachu and Nyx.
Well, he's got his Ags online now. We were talking about that earlier.
Well, it's definitely coming in handy.
And anti-mage has actually gotten rid of
Oh, yeah, this is going to be gay. They get this Roche and then they just run in there with Nyx. I don't think that Empire will be able to do anything against this. They still have
he's gotten rid of his Ags, which was his best defensive tool. So he's really relying on his stats and his team to keep him alive right now. And well, I mean, he's also got the Aegis now, which will definitely help. I don't know how they kill him twice.
Look at all of his items. Oh my word. And he gets a regenerate on top of that, so he gets all of his mana set up. Like, he's being really well taken care of by Pikachu here. He's constantly being his
he's getting
medic.
taken care of by Gaben.
That too. All eyes on Nyx, though, at this point in time.
I'm kind of hoping that Empire wins the next couple engagements, that maybe we see like an FN Rapier come out just to try and hold this high ground. So that's like the only way I see
game
this
forge.
happening. And you know, it's been pretty exciting. Like 72 minutes, but we're also at like 80 kills right now. 79 kills.
It's been a jam-packed game. Like, there's just been non-stop murdering going on. Although, I feel bad for Empire right now. They're really just stuck inside the base.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do except for wait for M19 to come at them. And
here's the jump forward immediately with the sheep. The BKB comes out from Pikachu. He goes over onto the Ghost Stick here. Funnick looking for that opening. We'll be able to get the vacuum wall combo, but there's the hold coming out here from the Bane. They're going to be able to chip down Anti-Mage here, but he's going to come back up, and that's a lot of ultimates that were used in them. Meanwhile, they turn themselves around. There's a gem over onto the deck, and the dunk comes out. They're able to finish up onto the side. The buyback comes out as well from the Earthshaker. They're keeping eyes over onto Maposhka. During all of this, though, just mayhem back and forth. They're chasing after FN. Can they get this kill? They will be able to get it. There's no buyback. There's the GG call. M19.
What a series. What a game.
Yeah. I'm really, really impressed with the way that M19 played this. You know, we were concerned, I think, during the draft, right? You weren't sure about the anti-mage pickup, correct?
I was really not sure about the anti-mage pickup. They had a lot of lockdown. We could see even earlier on, like he was in the jungle at minute like 5. Like he was jungling. But I actually think that the Aghanims pickup really helped him. It made their disables like so much more difficult to pull off. Bane hadn't leveled up Enfeeble yet, so anytime he tried to do anything, he was hurting himself, and it bought them enough time that Anti-Mage just became this terror in the late game. They weren't able to crack high ground, and M19 pulls ahead in the late game.
Yeah, how disappointing for FN, because he was having such a good laning phase. Things seemed to be going really, really well, but eventually, you know, Anti-Mage, he did come online. He made some very smart choices, especially, like you said, picking up that Ags, and they weren't really able to do too much to him. But GG, well played to both teams. My goodness, 73-minute game here. victory going over to the side of M19. They take the series 2-0. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have a bit of a break now, I believe, on the stream. Not sure if we're going to be coming back to this for the NA coverage, but thank you so much again for watching. This has been at MoxieCast and at Forge Dota. You can find us both on Twitter. But GG, guys. What a game.